Okay, hopefully this is recording again. I'm so rubbish at these things. I really need to find out a way to split all the audio channels automatically. Anyway, hello, welcome to the year 2018 in the future. I am Cliff Harris. I'm the programmer and designer of this game production line. It is a car factory game for PC. It's on Steam, it's in early access, blah blah blah. Right then, what's changed? Not a massive amount has changed because it was Christmas, but we have some new stuff, so I'm going to show you some new stuff. There's a lot of kind of like behind the scenes stuff has changed. If I go into new game, this is different now. It used to be very... Oh, actually, that... See, I found a bug immediately. So now when you go to play a game, you can play in one of 3 different like configurations. So this is a map and it's always the same. But you can play it now as sandbox, which has always been the way the game has been played up till now. Or you can play it in free play now. So that means there's no financial limit. You've always got $100 million or whatever. Nothing costs anything. And the AI is turned off. So there's no competition at all. You cannot get achievements in that mode because otherwise that would kind of be cheating, wouldn't it? So we've got these 2 modes for each of the maps, and we have a new one which is called scenario. Now I've only set up a scenario for the first map, and the reason that I've done that is I wanted to get this update out there because it has some other cool stuff in it, and so I didn't want to wait days and days until I'd gone through and tested the settings for scenarios for all these other maps. So this scenario gives you a time limit of 15 days, and in 15 days in game time, obviously, you need to sell 3,000 cars. 750 of them have to be mid-range cars at the time that they're sold. 250 have to be expensive cars. So that is a new way of playing. If I load up an old game, I'm going to load this, which is, I'm kind of 80% towards the goal, I think, here. Here we go. So I'm just going to pause. I've got quite a big setup here, relatively speaking. If I just pause this for the time being, you'll notice there's a new thing here that isn't here unless you're playing a scenario. So this shows me that I've completed these 2 goals here. This user interface isn't as good as it could be. It will be improved. So I've sold 250 expensive cars, I've sold 750 mid-range cars, I haven't quite sold 3,000, and that is the target 15 days. We're currently on day 11. And when we complete that, that will come up and sort of say, well done, you've completed it. If we don't manage it, it'll come up and say you failed. If you fail, then the only option is to like go back to the main menu. If you complete it, there is the option to go back to the main menu, or there is the option to just keep playing and convert it effectively to being sandbox mode. And I'm quite pleased that I thought to put that in, because it takes a lot of time to get to the end of these scenarios, and to think that it's then arbitrarily ended in case you wanted to sort of play on and see what happens. I think it would be good to have that option in there. So scenarios is okay. Oh, we've got no other research going. I'm just going to pick one for now. Scenarios is the big thing that's new in this version. There is a lot of other stuff that is a bit smaller that I'll explain to you now. One of the things is when you zoom out, you see all these different colours, and they all mean different things. I've changed some of them actually. So for example, this red here means this is where the chassis of the car is built. This sort of pinkish purple is where you're actually manufacturing subcomponents. The green is the sort of body shop. The darker green, I need to make them a bit more obvious, is paint. But like, how do you know that? I know it because I developed the game. But if you open the slot picker now, you'll see the colours on everything. So you'll see how these colours line up. So chassis assembly and all its subcomponents are there. So hopefully that makes a bit more of a connection. It's only relevant when you're zoomed out, so we don't need to see this. So if you zoom in, they'll all go away. And I'm quite proud of that. I think that looks quite cool. So they'll gradually fade in and once you've learnt what they all mean, you know, you kind of don't need that. But I guess it's kind of helpful. Quality check is now got its own color as well, grey, because we can break that down. So that's another new thing that's in. The marketing GUI, I changed some stuff here. I can't actually remember what I did, but it's fairly minor. But anyway, I'm going to improve that anyway. When you get a little notification down in the bottom right hand corner, they actually flash slightly to draw more attention to themselves. Still not good enough. We've changed the balance a little bit so that competition has effects in more areas than it did previously. I've also changed it so that the competition level does not change as rapidly as it used to, because that was not particularly well balanced. Something else that we've got, it depends. What I need to do is ship a few more cars to show you this. So what is actually the hold up here? If I speed things along, what's the hold up? I suspect actually that some of my cars are way too cheap. So what have we got here? That was that one, wasn't it? I'm going to increase that price actually. And also I'm going to definitely increase that price. And increase that price. So let's see if I can see it. Occasionally, customers will buy cars from your rivals because they just prefer the brand. And none of them are doing it at the moment. But this is a new thing. When you see here like customer thoughts as to why they didn't buy the car, this is a new thing. And it seems like that's not purchased from... I went to point then. It wouldn't help, would it? I'll point at the screen, look. Pointing. Yeah, purchased from rival. You can see that at the bottom. This is a new thing, so the simulation of that is a bit more involved. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff actually. We fixed some crash bugs. Blah 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 blah. Okay, the only other thing of any real consequence is if we go into options. We have running background and floating resources. So running background means that the game will still run if you swap to another window. There's no way for me to demonstrate that, but it does. So some people like that. So you've got Skype open and you're chatting to someone or whatever, or Discord if you're really young and hip. So you'd be chatting there while something is ticking over, and you don't have to keep clicking back for it to unpause. Some people wanted that. We've rearranged this window a bit so we can fit in some more options as well. Floating resources is this stuff. See this? If I speed things up, you see all these floaty things, and after a while when you learn what they mean and what stuff is being used, you might think, well, I don't like that, which is fair enough. So you can just turn that off, and then they're not created anymore. So when the existing ones have gone, they've gone. It's just a graphical option for people who like that. If there's any other graphical options that you wish were in the game and aren't, let me know. I think that's it for now. I think that's all that we've added and changed. I don't know if I've talked about this. It's been a while, but I don't know if I've really talked about this, that I changed this so that these values at the top were more prominent. It's like a user interface change to make it more obvious that these numbers matter. And I'll be doing a lot more of that and a lot more kind of usability stuff. I found a few bugs in a playthrough I was doing today. Nothing like catastrophic, but a few minor things that I'm going to put some time into fixing, and also I'm going to put some time into adding more scenarios for each map. So I'm going to be doing that in the next week or so. We have some more artwork coming, some more achievements are planned, and we have some more like facility stuff planned, including like buildings with like laser welding and like laser etching in order to make certain components faster or better, or to make components that you can't currently make. So there's a lot of stuff coming anyway. At some point we're going to declare the game in beta. That's a little way off now, but I'm just like warning people that eventually games ship, even games in early access. I would have thought this year, I would have thought, because we've already been working on it quite a long time. That doesn't mean that we'll never update it, but it's always nice to declare a game done at some point. Not yet. No, we're not close to that yet. Anyway, so this is production line. It's still on Steam, and you can go out there and get it. We're going to get some more translation done as well, I hope, into other languages. There's a specific language that you think it should be translated into, and it isn't. Let me know. I think it's currently Spanish, German, French, and English, and I think we're going to probably going to do Portuguese and Italian. The trouble with like Russian and Chinese and Japanese is we need Unicode support, which we haven't ported over yet. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you for watching. It really helps us so much if you leave a Steam review. Please leave us a positive Steam review. You just go to the Steam page, click on Write Review, presuming you've got a copy of the game. Click the recommend this product thing and say the game's amazing and better than anything I've ever experienced in my life thus far, and then click submit. It's really appreciated, and it's a great help because it lets people know about the game, and it allows us to keep working on the game because it helps us sell copies. Thank you so much, and I'll do another video next week, and there'll be loads of cool stuff going in, I hope, and see you then. Cheers.